Look who I got back. Look who I got back, huh? Per you guys' request.
Where did I go?
Every single, I think, post has been, where's Queen? Where's Queen? Where
Locked
is...
in the dungeon.
Stop that. Stop that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Don't even do that, man. We have people thinking that I got you locked in some kind of dungeon, especially the type of videos we watch. All kinds of like little, yeah, we don't need that. Stop. Don't do that. But anyway, man, listen, she's back. I got her. Listen, y'all.
You did. You barely let me out.
Stop doing that.
Okay. All right.
All right. So, what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L and Queen, and we back. We back with a reaction. All right. So this one here, are you familiar with Tomi Lahren?
No.
So Tomi Lahren, she's a political commentator, but she's pretty controversial, bro. As you can see per this title, Tomi Lahren says men are trash. All right, and a rant against men, full version, okay? 14 minutes, 57 seconds. You're already triggered. Great. This should make for some good conversation, y'all. Oh, y'all thought I was gonna bring her back on something light? Psh,
That's
no.
what I asked for.
No.
I thought I put in
No training wheels. No training wheels at all. None. So if you're new to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button, join the fam. And once you join the fam, join us real quick. You got to too. Join us real quick. And a quick moment of silence for the haters. All right? Moment of silence for the haters. That's enough. Now run the likes up, fam. Run the likes up. Oh yeah, it's super short, bro. We don't play around. We don't give them too long. Super short. Let's check this out. Here we go. Oh, she excited.
She got a big smile.
What's up? I'm gonna let you guys trickle in before I start talking because this is important.
Start bashing.
So, waiting for you guys to get here. So normally I do final thoughts and I do Instagram lives and I do rants about politics. There's plenty to talk about in politics right now. Do it every day, it's a great time. But something, as of recently, has been on my mind. And I consider myself a teacher, a helper, someone who could possibly inspire people to be better. So with that being said, this is a PSA for all the men out there and all the boys who think they're men, but they're actually boys. This is gonna be the summer of canceling boys. Now, from my own personal experiences and the experiences of all of my friends, which range in age from 24 to 36, we've all got issues. Now, I will also say this. All of my friends are attractive. All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on. Almost every single one of them have an issue with men. And you have to start looking at that and thinking, if an age range of that many people, including myself, living really all over the country and being blonde, brunette, short hair, long hair, I mean, tan, super white, super pale. I mean, these women range in every body type and everything. They're all successful, they're all intelligent, they're all good people. But if all of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think, it might not be us. It might be you. It might be men. It might be men. Now, I've often talked about the pussification of America and how men are no longer men. I talk to my mom about this a lot and she says, well, maybe it's just the guys in Texas. Maybe it's just the guys in Los Angeles. Maybe it's just the guys, it is not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. They, quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country. And the age range of about 20 to I think about 55, maybe even 60. A lot of men are trash. A lot of men don't know how to treat women.
So that age range increased?
Like I was waiting on her to say, you know, I'm not perfect either myself. You know what I mean? She said none of that type of stuff. Like, you know, I'm not perfect. My friends, we're not perfect, but it's just the strength. Like, she said none of that. She just basically said we trash.
Well, maybe she's going to say that, or she's going to reference what dictionary.
But how do you say all men are trash? From a range of 20 to 50. How do you say that?
Has she?
That's the question I was waiting on. I swear I was waiting on you to say it. Say it. How many dudes? What's her body count? Huh? What's her body count? How many dudes she been with? Huh? Do I smell a whore?
Can you say that? Can you say that on here?
Huh?
Watch your mouth. That's not
I'm
nice.
just saying. Just saying. I'm not trying to call her that, but I'm just saying. But realistically, bro, how can you classify? Where have you been hanging out at? Where have you been meeting these guys at? Sometimes location of where you meet people at has a pretty good outcome of what type of way they're gonna treat you. So if you go pick up a dude in a club at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning, what you think he probably trying to do?
True.
Exactly.
But he also can be a wingman. He could be there because he's supporting a friend.
That's true too. That's true too. So I don't know. Is it triggering you yet? Perfect. You ain't gotta say it.
A lot of men don't know how to really, quite frankly, pull their heads out of the sand and pay attention. So I am going to help you. And these are some of the things that I've experienced, and these are some of the things my friends have experienced. I'm just gonna lay a few things out. They haven't all happened to me. Some of them have just happened to my friends. A lot of them have happened to me. So the first thing, and I've made notes, by the way. I've made notes. This is how.
She got notes. She got notes. So
That's like a thick book.
After every, you know what I mean, interaction she had with a guy, she made notes. So sounds to me like she's trying to build the perfect Build-A-Bear of a guy. You know, she's gonna combine all her notes that she got.
And a lot of times that is the issue. Expectations.
How invested I am in this, because I've been thinking about this for about 2 weeks solid now. First question for men. If you like a girl, if you're even somewhat interested in a girl, you need to ask yourself this question. Are you single? No, I don't mean are you kind of single, seeing 5 people, dating somebody, still kind of in a relationship, kind of broken up, kind of on again, off again, kind of married, kind of divorced. Are you actually single?
I can't argue with that point right
That's what I said. What's a dictionary?
I can't argue with that point right
Everybody
there.
defines things differently.
I can't argue. Are you single? Are you somewhat single? Are you?
How do you define single? That's a good question.
That means single. You have nobody. You have no complications. You have no attachments. You are actually single. That is the first question, believe it or not, that needs to be asked. And ladies, you should be asking it, because in 2020, it's not a given anymore that a guy that's actively pursuing.
I'm sorry. I think men should ask this question as well.
Well, yeah. Like a lot of times they think it's just
both ways.
Exactly, because the women out here these days are savages too now.
Pursuing you is actually single. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I think is very important that men don't seem to understand. There are very few women out there, and I'm speaking from personal experience as well as from all of my friends and all the women, quite frankly, that I talk to. There is not a woman out there that wants to be your pen pal. She doesn't want to get your texts, your good morning texts, your good night texts, your random through the day texts, if they don't follow up with a plan to actually, here's the kicker, in person, hang out. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, it's COVID. People can't hang out in person. This has not been a 4-month problem. This has been a 5-year problem that I've experienced with men and my friends have experienced.
That's a personal one. That's a personal one, guys. If y'all was trying to figure
Explain
it out,
that. Explain that one, please. Because what is she saying? She don't want the good morning, good afternoon without.
Obviously, somebody has just like either seen her and just been texting her and never actually like linked up with her. They must have made plans and constantly canceled on her. But this has been her problem.
Experience with men. Women do not want a pen pal. We don't want a texting pal. We quite frankly don't care if you text us all day or if you don't text us at all. If you're not going to make a plan to actually see us in person, not interested. And if you do have a woman out there that just wants to be your pen pal, it's probably because she has a boyfriend or a husband or a wife or whatever. We don't want a pen pal. But that also leads me to my second point. This is going to be backwards for you guys. Make plans. Make a plan. Do not assume that you can text somebody randomly in the middle of the day. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm out. Then that's me. Then I'm out. I'm out. You gotta throw me out then. Cause what happened to like spontaneity? Like what happened to being spontaneous? What happened to that? Like you're a planner. We understand who we are in this relationship,
Yes.
right? You're the planner type person. Me, I'm a spur of the moment type of person. That's why opposites attract.
Yes.
So how can you put, like, it gotta be room for each to get their stuff off. It gotta be, like, how can you just tell me I can't? Nah,
That's
I'm
why
gonna look at you
feeling
like,
I don't know. I feel like she done been through some stuff.
uptight,
No.
stick in the mud,
You
stick in the mud.
I don't know. I have to watch more videos of her.
What did you, for you, how would you feel with what she's saying? Like,
I feel like it's biased from what I'm seeing and just getting introduced to her. I feel like it's biased because if I'm not trying to look at things objectively from my perspective and the other person's perspective, and yes, I'm talking to other friends and they may be having problems. Misery likes company.
that's a fact.
So if I'm upset and I'm rant on this like whole, rant, and then how many of your friends? We have friends that will stand up and I'm sorry, I'm one of those friends that don't ask me for my opinion if you don't want it, because I'm gonna sit quiet, and when I open my mouth gets me in trouble sometimes, quite often. Because I'm going to tell you what I got to tell you. I'm going to give my feedback. But then you have those friends that will just tell you like, girl, yeah.
What you want to hear.
Will. Yes. And it's like, but are you really trying to help her, like, see it from another perspective to actually resolve the issue? Or are you just trying to co-sign on how she's feeling right now so that she can just pour gas on the situation?
Right. So basically you feel bad. So now you want her to feel just like you.
Right.
I just... Like, what you mean, have a plan? Oh, I didn't...
Well, because that's what a lot of females prefer. And that's,
And I get it. She's goal-oriented. She's in this political spotlight. So she's looked at as like a powerful woman who has a strong voice, who says things and knows what she wants in life and, has her life planned out to the T. And because
it's not even about having it planned out to the T. It's just about, okay, even like with me, I could have a meeting or a call set up and then or a call with the client and then another client calls me and they can't get me, or a friend could be like, hey, you want to go grab drinks or go shopping or do such and such, and hey, nah, I can't because I got to do XYZ. And you just can't, oh, well, did you see such and such going on? Let's link up and let's go out. It just depends. Something majority of the time, my answer is gonna be no, because 9 times out of 10, if I didn't plan for it, then I can't do it. And sometimes you just hate saying no, and then you hate also the person that has to say no, hate always saying no because they weren't able to plan. So then they get frustrated.
So how do you deal with a person like me who's not a planner all the time? How do you deal with a person like me who's not a planner?
No, I just make the plans and then I tell you about the plans. You have an assistant. Her name is Drea.
That is true. That's balanced though. But we got to that point though. That's the point I'm making. How can you out the gate say do this, and that when you're supposed to come together and have a plan? Because
it sounds like, that's why I'm saying I would have to watch more videos or get to know who she is and how she is. Because if your support system, when you go to them, they are always co-signing and not pushing you to see things from another point of view or grow, then that's not a good support system. And it sounds like in Mama's world, you're the princess and you're so right. Maybe that's just the men in Texas. Maybe the men in Texas are just all spoiled because their water is just rotten or whatever and whatnot. And your friends are just co-signing. You just got to have somebody else be like, you know what, baby, have you actually stopped to think, well, why did this happen? Well, maybe he had to work, or maybe he just, this just popped up, or, look at it from another perspective.
You know what popped up in my head? When you was talking about Texas.
You were dancing.
All my exes live in Texas.
Or text them at midnight or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or even just within hours of when you actually want to see them and think that they're going to be available. I personally, once I get home and I take my makeup off and I'm watching TV, I'm no longer interested. So if you didn't make a plan earlier...
Facts. Now that is a tip for all the males.
What?
When a female gets home and she is like disconnected from work or doing whatever.
Y'all act like y'all pull your skin off or something, man. Like y'all.
It's not about that. It's about change, like shifting your mindset. Like being like, okay, just exhaling, just breathing, just self, taking care of yourself, just letting go of the day. Then having to get back up, go back out. No.
Transform.
No. It's not even about transforming. Even if you be like, baby, you ain't got to get out the car. We can just grab something, just sit in the car or such and such. Or we can just get
That's a great point.
Back.
That's a great point, because sometimes I'll be like, I need to make a run real quick. Ride with me. And you be like, I don't want to get out, or I don't want to go because then I got to get out.
What happens if you get in the car accident? What happens if you get a flat tire? What happens if you get gas? What happens if somebody walk up to the car?
What you?
Not
a planner.
In the day, or better yet, a day or 2 or 3 in advance, I'm not interested. I don't want to hang out anymore because that ship has sailed. Make a plan. I want to hang out with you at this time. It doesn't have to even be a date. I want to see you at this time. Are you free at this time? Or when are you free? I will accommodate my schedule to see you. When are you free? I want to see you. I know it's not rocket science, but men of 2020, it seems like it's pretty difficult for you to figure out. And I'm not a feminist, so please don't take this as a feminist rant. I love men. I think men are great. I think men have failed themselves, and they failed us. And I'm just trying to help you out, because I think there are a lot of really...
That's a strong statement to make. And fellas, I ain't gonna stand here and let that happen, fam. Are you serious? Are you serious?
I do not agree with her statement. However, this is a rant. Exactly what she said. Rant is emotional.
And you know what it sounds like she need?
Hush. That is not what you say on here.
That's what she needs.
Keep it to yourself.
Really great guys out there who need a little help. And I don't think that there are a lot of women that are stepping up and saying these things and not... FaceTime me, I swear to God. Quite frankly, I don't think that there are a lot of women that aren't raging feminists, that don't look like Lena Dunham. They're saying these things to you, so I'm going to go ahead and say them because they need to be said. I am really so sick of my friends having to deal with trash men. I am tired of dealing with trash men, so I'm going to help you out. Make plans. So let's go through these lists again because I know y'all love a list. Number 1, are you single? Number 2, make a plan. Nobody wants a pen pal. We want to actually see you. If not, don't text us because it's a waste of our time and we don't want to see it on our phones. Got it? All right. Next thing.
And here's a tip, because she said that she's doing this to help men, and all men love a list. If she really was doing this to help men, her list should stop right there. The attention span is gone.
Thank you.
Look at me.
But that's the real, like you on your
the
Tupac.
The attention span is gone.
You being Tupac right now, because that was
we
the
gotta
realest
break
thing.
that down in several lists.
Keep it real.
Today.
Keep it real.
Now we're gonna break that down to this part, and part 2 will be another day, another time. Make sure they get that.
Keep it real. How long is my attention span?
Woo. I don't know. Ooh.
How much time you got to get your point out?
It's a small window. It's kind of like double dutching. You gotta time it right when you jump in. When you jump in, you better keep that rhythm, because if you mess up, that rope gonna hit you and you done. And it's like you just gotta get over it.
But you can recognize when my attention is gone.
But that's something I had to learn.
Again, my point. You thinking this guy's gonna come in with all of these things you got written down on this paper? It's not gonna happen.
Right.
We had to get to that point. We had to learn each other. We had to work on that.
Right. That's why when I heard something, I know y'all like lists. So next thing, and I'm like,
not gonna happen, bro.
Right now.
Value. Okay? Value. Take that in. Just repeat it to yourself until it makes sense. Okay. If you want to date a girl that has nothing going on, then that's fine. But please do not mix in people like me and my friends who have something going on with your other girls that have nothing going on. And by nothing going on, I mean this. There is no job that is unimportant. There is no job that's not valuable or that's not worthy. It is. But if you want to mix in People like me and people like my friends who are go-getters, who work really hard, who make their own money, who are talented, skilled, ambitious. Please don't mix us in with the Tatianas. We don't want to be there. If that's what you want, find them. Please.
That's cool. That's cool that you want to say that. But
Sis better learn how to be a boss in the day and a Tatiana at night.
thank you. Thank you. Oh my
Or
God.
you gonna
Thank
whip
you.
you out for making these rants.
Thank you. You're going to forever be making a rant. I swear. Thank you. I was just about to say, oh, you beat me to it, bro. Nothing else needed to be said after that.
Please, for the love of God, do not mix us in with them because we don't want to be there. And quite
It's either she need to learn it or get her some of those friends. But having this tone, they're running.
frankly, we take it as an insult if we find out that you are also talking to 5 Tatianas who have nothing going on. People like me and my friends are going to be insulted by that. And there's almost really no coming back from it. So if you want that kind of a girl, the kind of girl who's just kind of happy going through the motions of life, not really super ambitious, hasn't really found herself yet, doesn't really have a whole lot going on other than she's pretty, please just go after them. And please do not mix us in. We don't want to be there. I promise you. So value. There's a lot of women out there that I know that are my good friends.
What does she have in her nightstand? A journal, a Bible.
I'm pretty sure what she got in her nightstand is battery operated. Oh,
Maybe a phone book.
I'm sure it's like,
I'm sorry, sis. A lot of them Tatianas got money and they got ambition.
Who have amazing jobs, who work really hard, but who can't seem to find a decent guy, even if they go up in age 5 to 10 to 15 years, because those guys all want to be with 21-year-olds who have nothing going on. It's very unfortunate. I don't think it's going to be fulfilling, but I would say to the men out there, try to maybe find a woman that you can talk to, communicate with, might actually have her shit together, might actually be ambitious and have something going on or want to have something going on. I don't care what she does. She doesn't have to be on TV. She doesn't have to be a PhD. She doesn't have to be a television producer. She doesn't have to own her own company, but be ambitious and have something going on. Those women out there are going to be a lot more fulfilling to you. You're actually going to enjoy your time. And if you actually might want a sustainable and healthy and stable relationship, that's probably the kind of girl you're gonna need to find. Not the Tatianas who just wanna look cute and post Instagram stories. Now, I love a good Instagram story. Y'all know I do. I love a good boomerang. I love a good whatever. But if that's all you do, men, if that's all she does, probably Houston, we have a problem. I'm just gonna let you in on a little tip. The next thing on my list is this: consistency. It really does not help me or my friends or any woman in general if you are really cool and you're really interested when you first start talking to them, and then give it 3, 4, 5 days and all of a sudden you're not consistent anymore. You don't make plans. You don't really care. You kind of fade in and out.
shiny toy syndrome. Shiny toy syndrome. Everybody's gonna go through that, bro. I'm sorry. You're gonna go through that. And if you let that break you, then no, you're not really serious about the relationship, in my opinion.
Right.
You have to fight through that.
But that's what she's saying. The guy isn't really serious.
You have to fight through it. Well, then I'm talking to the guys if that's what she mean. If she didn't mean that, then I'm talking to her. You gotta fight through that, bro. It's gonna happen. The same way as when you meet each other in the beginning, you're both putting on a front.
I'm just curious to, okay, you're saying, like, what is it? I'm just curious to what it looks like on her side.
Yeah.
Like,
I wish she could put like a camera with her.
Yeah, like,
to be able to see how this is
like,
going down.
This isn't everything that happened to her. She said this is some of the things that happened to her friend, or her friends. So it would have been good if they all could have said here, like, hey, this is like one of the scenarios that happened. You know, to break it down some. Because this is just weird.
Yeah.
A relationship just isn't, one-sided. It's kind of like two. You should be chasing, it should be both of you, trying to see where to go. basically.
Gotta figure it out.
talking to 5 other Tatianas, consistency
She like that word,
She
Tatiana.
does. She like that song.
She like that.
She like that song.
Yeah, she gonna listen to it when she done.
is important. Now, if you want to be inconsistent and you want to ghost and you want to fall off the radar, that's fine, but I'm going to give you a pro tip. People like me and people like my friends, we aren't going to really give a shit after that. We don't really care. The F's have been given and we're kind of done. I'll tell you this from personal experience. Once I'm turned off, I am turned off. And I don't care anymore. Because at one point, I probably did care. At one point, my friends, they probably did care. They probably did like you because you expressed interest and maybe you were cool and maybe you were kind of fun to hang out with. But if you're not consistent and you fall off the radar, I give you maybe 1 to 2 chances to fix that because I'm a very direct communicator. Women, this is important. I will communicate to you. If your communication isn't great, I will let you know that. I will let you know that more effort is needed. But if you don't heed that warning and I have to warn you twice, I'm done at that point because I don't.
Wow.
But still, bro, why do I feel like she's giving out barking out orders like you're not? I hope she's making a ton of effort too because this is a two-way street.
When did she post this? Because
this was back in 2020. I remember her saying that at the beginning of the video.
I would love to know if she is in a relationship now.
If I had to bet based on this video,
Yeah.
heck no.
Because of the way she's coming off, like, from my experience, like, you can't be, like, telling the man, like, coming off like his mom. Like, if I have to correct you one more time, like...
Rest in peace, Mom. But, oh, my God.
Sheesh.
Yeah, like...
Dip.
Like,
girl,
yeah,
what are you doing?
You ain't gotta worry about me calling you again.
Mm-mm.
You ain't gotta worry about it. I'm not doing it.
And sometimes the one can be in all the craziest places. Like you stop looking for it.
That's a huge point. If you always out looking for it, it ain't never gonna show up.
Really care anymore. Now I'm done. Now I don't care. And I know my friends who are watching this are thinking and saying the same thing because we have these conversations on an almost daily basis. Once you turn us off, we don't care anymore. So let that be a warning to you. You're probably not going to circle back. They always come back. They always come back. But when you're ready to come back, I probably don't care anymore. So if you want to switch up, stay there. Pro tip. My last thing on my list is also very important. Don't be, excuse my language, don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. If you have then failed and you lost a woman of value like myself or my friends, and then we don't really care anymore, don't be a bitch. Don't be butthurt. You did it to yourself. Okay? And it's no longer my problem. Now it's become a personal problem of yours. So don't be a bitch. And by the way, if I'm no longer interested because your effort is shitty, that's not me being a bitch. That's not me being difficult. That's me having a standard in which I expect from people. I do have high standards and high expectations. My friends have high...
What did I tell you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did I tell you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm recording. I didn't know I answered. Sorry.
What you saying?
Like I told you, it was at the beginning. It was what? Expectations.
Yeah.
That throws it off completely every time. It does.
high standards and high expectations. Do you want to know why? We've worked for those. Okay? We work hard. We're successful. We take care of ourselves. We try to look cute. We have a desire to be something more each day. Okay? That's why we have the ability to be somewhat what you call difficult. It's not difficult. We just have a baseline standard. And if you can't meet that standard, that's okay. A lot of men cannot. But
I don't have a problem with you having standards for yourself. I think
Right.
women should have standards. You know what I'm saying? But I think you should be willing to work within those standards to say, okay, hey, you know what I mean?
Right.
Let's you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be some give and take there.
Right.
It can't just be a dictatorship. Like, you gotta come here with this. And like, I just feel that finger, that mom finger that like pointing at you, or your teacher.
Issue, bro.
Like a teacher or something
You
pointing
have
at you.
an issue.
Nah, man, like, don't do that. Like,
Right.
shake that finger off.
Right. I don't know. It's like, I feel like we as women are definitely queens.
I don't need to hear no more of this.
I feel like we as women are queens, but we are also finding kings. Cause we are whole. We're a prize. Regardless. I feel like that's just how what
y'all
we are,
mature faster than we do.
We mature faster. Like we possess a power that's just unexplainable. But a man has the same. So, and I just feel that when you come together, you're two whole people that come together. And I could be whole and find a broke man. You don't have to be whole, but I could come to you and you be the one, and I can help you finish your pieces. And then we can build something even greater. Like, I shouldn't look down on the other person, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa.
And you see a lot of that happen.
It's like, okay, I'm the prize, so now you need to,
And that's almost become a culture now. Women will look down, or men will look down on women and be like, oh, you're broke, you're not on my level. Like a person isn't a good person just because you make...
I'm surprised she didn't mention money yet.
I thought she would, but she didn't. That was her last point. I don't think we need to hear no more. Do you want to hear any more?
Yeah.
You want to give her her last 2 minutes?
Yeah, give her her last 2 minutes.
But if you are one of those men out there, and I have them all over my DMs, sometimes I check them, and you guys are like, what would it take to be with someone like you? What would it take to be with your friends? What are girls like you? What are they looking for? I laid them out for you very simply there. In order to have a shot with a girl like me, or girls like my friends, girls that are worth a damn, you don't really have to be Brad Pitt. You don't have to be famous. You don't even really have to make a lot of money or have a really fantastic job. You just have to be determined. You have to be in some way successful in that you want to attain some certain kind of success for yourself. You're driven. You have goals. You can handle a woman with standards. That's not going to turn you off. And you're going to put in the effort to be with somebody like myself.
So code for what she said there is basically a strong woman, a strong-minded, which means that she's going to be very here, you have a bar to meet, and she's going to be on you. Like, okay, so you're late. So why we didn't plan? I'm just breaking it down.
I'm allergic to BS, bro.
I'm just breaking it down. Like, that's what she means by, standard and driven, but everybody has their own definitions for things, so that's why I'm like, where's her dictionary?
I get it. Let's let her finish this rant.
For my friends, we deserve that, and we will not compromise our standards. I tell you this, it will be a cold day in hell when I chase a man. And I know that's the same thing for my friends as well. And if my friends are listening and they're thinking about chasing a man, please, for the love of God, do not. Because there is not one single man on planet Earth, okay, that is worth making any woman feel like she is not good enough. I don't care how hot a girl is, how smart, how successful, how rich. We have all dealt with men who treat us like we are not good enough. No, the problem is we are too enough, and you can't handle it. So those are my checklists. Again, I will go through them for you one more time in case you are just tuning in. Number 1, are you single? No, really. 2, make plans. We don't want a pen pal. 3, value. Value someone who has value. Consistency. Be consistent. Don't be great and then fade out. And then don't fade out and then think that you're going to fade back in, because it ain't going to work. And last but not least, if all else fails, don't be a bitch. Hope you guys have all enjoyed my PA.
Man, listen here, bro. I'm going to say this. She ain't met the right dude yet. And that's where I'm going to leave it at. She ain't met the right dude yet. You know why? Because for her to say, oh, don't chase a dude, it makes me think like she has these rules that won't be broken, and a lot of women may have these rules that won't be broken. Then you may meet a dude that breaks those rules, don't you?
First of all, don't even put that out there 'cause I did not chase you. That's number one.
I didn't say you chase me. I'm just saying, don't never say you won't chase. Or
No, she should never say never. But
exactly.
obviously,
That's what I was saying.
I'm just saying I guess the rejection is making her feel some type of way. Like, she's not good enough and like she has to chase a man. That's all.
I can see right through this a little bit, to be honest with you, because she puts on this tough exterior and everything like that. But she probably soft as doctor's cotton. You see it. I can see it. I can see it, bro. You don't see it?
No.
Okay. I just got that feeling, man. Tough in front of the screen. She be always in these controversies and different things like that. Cool. But she might be soft when them cameras cut off. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes me think she might not have met the right dude.
I disagree. I feel like certain women and the majority of women have to be strong, especially, when it's in that type of light, especially with having to have a strong opinion or work around men or different things. And because they have to be strong all the time, they don't know how to turn that off.
That's a fact. That is a fact. I agree with you.
And you have to turn that off sometime to be soft.
Yeah, tap into your Tatiana side. Dang, create an alternate personality. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Beyonce has Sasha Fierce. You know what I'm saying? Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, Janet Jackson. Like, tap into that side. And you know what I mean? Don't always be the rough exterior. Nobody want to be around.
And that's the whole thing. You just got to learn how to
let
it go.
Y'all get at us in the comment section, man. Let us know what y'all thought of this video. Out the gate, this how we coming back, me and Queen. So beware, take notes, understand. Everybody else, get out the way, because we back and we back to take over like we did before.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Till next reaction, man. We out. Peace. Y'all stay solid. Ayy.